What can we expect from the SEC when it comes to crypto regulation, and what are your top priorities?
Well, it's a little too early for me to tell you what to expect in terms of what our new chairman is planning to do on crypto. He has been quite outspoken already about wanting to have some oversight of the spot markets, whether that's the SEC or another federal regulatory agency. But with respect to what we're going to do at the SEC, I hope that we can provide clarity in a few different areas. One would be, I've put out a token safe harbor to give some clarity around token distribution events. I think we need to approve an exchange traded product based on Bitcoin. And frankly, we've gotten new applications in based on ETH as well. And then we need to provide some clarity around custody for regulated entities, so for broker dealers and investment advisors. So those are some of the areas I'd like us to take action in.
Now, the SEC filed a lawsuit in December against Ripple Labs, creator of the XRP token, and the claim is that XRP is an unregistered security. Why did this happen now?
Well, I can't speak to any litigation that's ongoing, but I can say that we have been bringing enforcement actions now in this space since 2017. I anticipate that as long as there's activity in this space, there will be enforcement in this space. But that said, I've been very clear about the fact that I think we need to provide regulatory clarity before we spend too much more time on enforcement where there's not fraud involved.
So that leads to the question, XRP has been on the market for 8 years. When does a digital asset become a security or maybe something else? And how does the SEC determine that?
Well, I think that is a difficult question. And it's something that I've also, again, tried to get us to be a little bit more precise. When we think about a crypto asset, a digital asset as being a security, what we're doing is we're saying that we think it's being sold as part of an investment contract, which means that there are promises being made around the sale of that asset. It doesn't mean that the asset itself necessarily has to be a security. It means that it was being sold as a security. Then the question becomes, at what point can someone sell that asset not as a security? And that is a very difficult line.
When it comes to Elon Musk in particular, though, do you find it at all problematic that one person whose company owns a lot of cryptocurrency, in this case Bitcoin, can have such tremendous power over the market? Is there a problem with that?
Again, my focus as a securities regulator is to try to regulate the securities markets in a way that protects investors and protects the integrity of that marketplace. I always encourage people to make their own decisions, regardless of what anyone, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's their brother or their mother, tells them about a security or an asset of any kind. Make your own decision, do your own analysis. And if you're not able to do that, then go to a financial professional or another professional if it's a non-financial asset. Go and get the help you need to make the decision and to do so wisely.
What do you think the odds are for a central bank digital currency?
Well, certainly there will be a CBDC, whether or not from the U.S. I'm not the one to answer that question. The Fed has said that they're thinking about it, and so I expect we'll see the fruits of that thought as they try to engage with the public on it. Other central banks are coming up with CBDCs, and I think it's a natural progression of money that we'll see people moving into CBDCs. Now, there are a lot of questions around them. There are questions around privacy. There are questions around whether people will feel comfortable using a CBDC or would prefer to use private stablecoins. And those are questions that certainly in the United States we're going to have to wrestle with because we really do care about financial privacy.
What about what's happening in other countries? When you look at China, does China have too much influence on cryptocurrency markets?
I think one of the benefits of crypto is that it allows people all over the world to participate. And crypto markets are very diverse, and so the level of participation by different people in different countries varies a lot, I think, across different crypto assets. So you kind of need to think about it in that way. But another piece of this that I would bear in mind is that crypto activity can move very easily. It's much harder for any particular country or particular group of people in any particular country to retain control over any particular decentralized system, as long as it really is decentralized.
Does it mean that crypto could be a real systemic risk to the traditional financial world?
The traditional financial world has obviously brought society really important benefits, and I think as we see crypto mature, it's going to open more doors to more people to participate with the financial system, and that's a good thing. That's something that we should encourage, right? And so, do we have to watch out for risks? That's what regulators do all the time. We're going to be watching for risks no matter whether they come from the traditional financial system, whether they come from the decentralized financial system, or whether they come from some combination of the two. But I think these concerns that there's something inherent about crypto that should have us scared from a systemic perspective are overblown.